back. Sorry, I was caught up playing PUBG on my phone, and if you are also one of them concerned about what exactly is happening to students, why and what is this PUBG phenomenon all about, to the degree that even the Prime Minister was talking about it yesterday, to talk about that, the merits of online gaming, and then in exam season, the demerits of this addiction that has been going online. We've got two very special guests with us in the studio. We've got Jitin Chawla, who's a career coach, and we've also got Vishesh Raj. He's from our NDTV Hop to give us an insight into what the PUBG phenomena is all about. But before we go to them, let's just tell you a little glimpse into what exactly happened yesterday and why are we exactly talking about it. Take a look. So the Prime Minister today had a Pariksha Pe Charcha this morning. One question came from a mother asking about how to deal with distractions, and that's when Prime Minister made reference to PUBG. He just had to say the name and the audience full of kids broke into a loud applause. First look into that.
पहले मेरा बेटा पढ़ाई में बहुत अच्छा था, टीचर्स अप्रिशिएट करते थे, लेकिन अभी कुछ समय से ऑनलाइन गेम्स की तरफ उसका झुकाव कुछ ज़्यादा ही बढ़ गया है।
ये पबजी वाला है क्या?
For those who don't know about this deeply addictive game, it's an online battleground game where you collect weapons, equipment and shoot out the opponent, and whoever wins, it's winner, winner, chicken dinner for them. The key attraction is that one can play solo, duo or even in a squad with constantly headphones on. You can strategize and divide and talk with your squad players. It is so popular that it has now become a pop culture phenomenon with over 200 million downloads. The impact is such that the Gujarat government had banned this game. The Jammu and Kashmir Student Union asked for a ban because they thought it incited violence in the valley. So did the Prime Minister just do a major oops by trivializing PUBG phenomena, considering that the National Commission for Protection of Child Rights has asked for a country-wide ban on this already? Well, we leave that for you to decide. All right, to discuss that, like we said, we've got Jitin and Vishesh with us in the studio. Vishesh, I just want to begin with you. Is it really that big, PUBG phenomena, and why is that?
It is, it really is. So, first off, I'm someone who's played games for quite some time. I grew up playing these games, and from what I've seen, the graphics, the experience that PUBG offers overall compared to what it was, say, even a decade back, is completely different. You don't need a console, you don't need anything. It's straight out of your phone, and you're good to play everywhere. As long as you have an internet connection, you're good to go for a game. So yes, it's catching on. It has caught on, and everywhere. It can be at work, it can be out with your friends, anywhere. So PUBG, it is a phenomenon. It is completely.
And it is so easy that it's on your phone all the time, and it's free. I have to tell you, I was at a restaurant last evening where there was a table and there were 4 people sitting on the restaurant. Everybody was on their phone. It was crazy. I don't know. It talks volumes about the merit of the game. But coming to the social aspect of it, and this is exam season, we are barely a month away from examination. Jitin, perhaps the reason why that mother asked that question to the Prime Minister, saying that my son is not studying anymore, he's constantly on his phone. Can you break down to us, is it too much of a hype, do you think, at this point? Or do you actually see this having an impact on students?
So if I look at over the last maybe 10-15 years, so different things have come and gone. And definitely it hits on. So there was this is about I think 11-12 years back, there was a site called secondlife.com. So I had students who would even they're preparing for the exams, board exams are going on. But the guy has to go on to secondlife.com and see how my avatar is doing. So, it is a release from the ordinary. Look at a child's life, look at his psychology. So a child is attending school, going for coaching, and today it's so, a senior class child, let's say from anywhere from 9, 10, 11, 12, every day he's hearing parents, he's hearing adults, better get good marks, otherwise you'll not get admission in college.
So you're saying it's actually an outlet for kids?
It impacts, and people look at it as a release into their virtual life. So on one side it's fine, also it kind of relaxes you, I would say broadens, you're able to just get into it and kind of lose all other negatives, any other things happening around you.
But Vishesh, come in on that. Do you think this addiction is serious business? I tried it yesterday and it is crazy. It gives you a rush.
So I wouldn't blame that mother for saying that, because had it been my mother at this time, she would have said the same thing if I was doing my I was going for my exams or something. But then coming to the other side of it, like you said, you'd gone to a restaurant and you saw these people playing over there. I'll give you a personal example. I had a friend's engagement and there was this entire table that was out there playing their PUBG match there. Not all the time, but then it's there. But people are excited about it. You can't do much about it. It is fun. Like anything, too much of anything is bad. So obviously it's up to us, it's up to the player to put a hold on it. And yes, why not enjoy it? Like,
Yeah,
you get
I
to play
get
with your
that.
friends.
But when you have board examinations in less than a couple of weeks now, the practicals have almost begun, I think, and you have board examinations coming up. Jitin, come in on the drawbacks and also help our, viewers who are parents, who are siblings or students at this point, that if they feel that they are addicted to it, how do they come out of this addiction?
Yeah. So first of all is that major issue is that you kind of waste time. You don't know how much time you have been on it. Same with anything popular. Like even we guys, we are watching Netflix. We think I'll watch it for 15-20 minutes, then go to sleep. But actually, you watch it for 1 hour, 1.5 hours. You are pulled in and you keep on watching. So major issue is how do you manage your time? So there can be a couple of techniques to do that. You can disable your notifications. So like my mobile is lying here, I'm trying to study, a notification comes and you are being drawn into playing the game. So disable notifications, first thing. Second thing is you can remove your game from the home screen. You put it somewhere inside, so it will take you some time to get there. If it is on the home screen, I watch it, I feel like, okay, I'll just click on it and play for some time. So you have to get rid of that feeling. And then, or you can, even extreme case, you can shift a game to another device also. You decide that I'll play it only on a PC. Yeah, so you just delete the game from your mobile.
But
I know it is
Jitin,
difficult.
closing comments, I just want to understand from you, is this really that serious that the Gujarat government has had to ban it? The JNK, the entire, the student union over there has said that this is inciting violence in the valley and that's the reason that they want it banned. Do you see it as that serious a concern?
I think, I don't think it is as serious. It is like any other thing which is available freely today. So even, when I was growing up as a student, so people used to talk about TV being an addictive thing and not watch too much of TV. But I think we watched also, we did exams also. Rather, it's something students need to learn how to manage. So something or other will keep on coming. It's just a new thing which has come. But if I look back 5 years back, there was something else. If I remember one of my friends was really into the Mario game, where the little guy goes and keeps on picking up points on the way. And they were addicted. They had to go and play it daily. But still they managed their life. They managed things. When the time came, they went on to it. Yes, availability of the mobile, availability of internet on mobile is so great today.
Jitin is going to be very popular with the kids and parents for saying that it's not that big an issue. But Vishesh, closing comment from you on, there's a big debate online, and I just quickly want to get in a word from you on that. There's a big debate going online about how the graphic details, the blood and the violence that is there in all these games. Is the gaming fraternity concerned about this?
So in the past, there have been games like that. For example, Grand Theft Auto. Again, that is something that's a first-person game, and that has graphics like these as well. But that does not mean that you ban the game. Again, PUBG is like that. But then, to put a hold on it, you have different versions of it as well. It's just not your battle royale. You go in for an arcade game. It's just 8 to 10 minutes long, and that's it. If you're really serious about your studies, you would put the game aside and you would go for your studies. Like
and violence,
no things.
And shooting,
violence, yes,
and those
again.
graphic details.
I wouldn't say PUBG is the only thing out there that's got violence in that. These days, everything and anything that you see online or on screens as well has a lot to do with something like that. So I wouldn't say PUBG is something worth banning. Yes, for example, not keeping the violence in mind, but then remember we had a game called Pokemon Go that was so famous.
Yeah.
It came in, people got really into it, and then it faded out. So I think PUBG is going to be like that as well. People are going to play, and I'm sure people are going to play for a while, for the time to come. But then it's not worth banning, not at all.
Not worth banning.
I have a, I
Yeah,
have a
go
point
ahead.
to make.
Yeah.
So, you know, ultimately it is how one trains one's mind. So, my suggestion to parents and of course students would be to use meditation. Meditation is very powerful. It gives you a kind of a control over your own mind, so that when you want to get into something, you get in, and then you come back and you are doing studies, or you're doing your practicals, or you're doing something which you find worthwhile. I mean, in terms of showcasing to the society or for your own pleasure. You want to do writing, you want to create music. So there's so much to do. But it is all how you kind of take charge of your mind
But
and
I
of
have
yourself.
seen people play PUBG in office, outside, and they say they find that very therapeutic. They
It
think
is.
that for them it's a getaway from, you know, the not the nicest cities of the world.
It
I'm
definitely
gonna,
is. So I personally have seen this at workplaces, right?
Yeah.
So as soon as someone walks in the door, I had a chicken dinner last night. I had a chicken dinner this morning. So it's
Yeah.
become this sort of, you know, it's there, it's out there. You can't deny it.
I definitely am going to go and play a little bit just to check.
You should, definitely should.
All right, on that note, we're going to wrap up this segment. Thank you both of you for joining us and giving us your perspective on this. But it's exam season. One note to all the students before we get very unpopular with the parents is that do give in. It's a game like any other. But perhaps, there's so much talk about how much of phone exposure should the kids be having. So that's a different debate. We'll talk about that maybe in the next Wednesday and bring you more on that.